Hello everyone, very nice to see you after such a long time. If you've been waiting for my videos, thank you, that's really pleasant. Витаю, друзі! Я никогда не думала, что буду говорить по-украински, по-русски на своем канале. Я очень вам благодарна, что вы подписались на мой канал. Thank you, Lolina.Decor.Elements. You are the kindest heart in the world. Love you. Lolina has her own YouTube channel. It's called Lolina.Decor.Elements. For those who didn't understand what I've just said, I greeted Ukrainian subscribers, wonderful girls from Ukraine who came due to Lolina. She made a wonderful thing for me, just sent me a huge boost of energy and support through her friends. So I want to say thank you to all her friends, thank you to Lolina. It was very unexpected and super pleasant. Thank you. I don't know where to start, so I will quickly show what I finished. I haven't finished much, nearly nothing. Then I will show you what my works in progress, and I have a lot of them. And then I will show you a bit of yarn that I bought. Okay, let's get started. So I finished only 2 pairs of socks. One is already in Bergen with my son, and I don't have them, but I have photos. Well, I'm not very happy with the yarn. I bought it because it was cheap and this purple was bright, but I expected much more from it because it's a designer line. This is Regia Arne and Carlos edition. So I thought the designers would leave a distinct touch to the colors. However, it looks like granny socks. You know, when grannies knitted in the villages, getting all the scraps they could get, adding 2 together and not thinking about the colors. So I had this impression. I know these socks will not serve long, so it's fine. And then I had a bit of yarn left and I wanted to get rid of it. So I cast on another pair of size 45 socks and I mixed it up with from Grundel hot socks. It's also a 6-ply yarn. I use needles 2.5 for both pairs. At first I wanted to do helical knitting, but I started with this sock and this is very light pink and very light blue. And when I knitted one round in pink and one round in blue, it had the color of meat. And I thought, I'm not doing it, so I striped it. So as I mentioned, I cast on 60 stitches, knitted 15 rounds of ribbing, 10 rounds of ankle part, and then I started making my heel. And voila. I really like this yarn, it's color 1. So that's what I have to say about my finished objects. But I have a lot of unfinished ones. Let's start with the socks. I have one sock like this. I used my heel. I don't know which yarn I used. Lana Grossa most probably for the main, and white is also maybe Lana Grossa or Alize sock comfort yarn. So I have one more to make. I finished the ruffles and I attached the gray yarn. I was making a video on how to knit these socks. It stayed unfinished. Then I decided to make these socks. I knitted them using intasha, and I did quite an investigation on intasha knitting. There are so many different ways I didn't know, and for this sock I used Norwegian yarn from Gjesdal, Celia Superwash. It has 150 meters per 50 gram ball. It's just another color. It's a tiny bit thicker and it goes faster. Well, I put it on and I could see that this part, kind of skin part, is a bit too short and I wanted it to be a bit longer, but I didn't want to unravel, and I thought, what can I do to make this part look longer? I knitted the same. And embroidered. I wanted the sock to look like Frida Kahlo, and I think it does look like Frida Kahlo. I tried different colors. I used sock yarn as well. Of course, you can use any colors of your choice, but I think I will make a pair of socks using only this color. It's just self-striping. So what I have to do is to embroider this sock. Okay, so I was knitting this sock and thinking, if I do not embroider, how can I make this sock look more beautiful than it is now? And I came with another idea. I decided to add a different type of ruffles here. I decided to add this little hem. It's very stretchy. And I knitted this part a bit longer. So I finished the first one. I have to sew the toes, and I started knitting and filming a video on this. It's not finished. It seems nothing is finished in my life at the moment. Another thing that is 90–95% finished is this bubble sweater. It's knitted, washed, and it's finished. Those 5% go to the bubbles. I fixed them, but I'm not happy with how they dangle. I want them to be kind of more pressed in and to sit better on the garment. And it's like a 20-minute work to fix at least the biggest ones. I started writing a pattern. I haven't finished it. And this is very unusual for me not to finish so many things. As you know, for many of us, summer is the season for crocheting, and I'm no exception. And I'm crocheting the sweater using the fly motif. As you can see, it's not that simple. There are many textured stitches and you have to grab the yarn from the top and then go into the same stitch from the back side and knit it again. Well, I put it on so you could see. It could be a bit wider. So I think I'll knit 3 more rounds and then I will do the ribbing. I'm still not sure what kind of ribbing I will do. The recommended one doesn't look very neat, and I like neat ribbings, so I will try to think about it. The yarn I am using is Tin Line from Sandnes Garn, and it's color 1015. It's like oatmeal color, light oatmeal color. My first idea was to crochet in white, not in this off-white or oatmeal color, because a fly is a filthy animal, a dirty insect, and I wanted to make it white so it looks clean and fresh. But then I thought, with white sweater I will have to wash it after everywhere, so I swapped to a bit more dirt resistant color. Yeah, that was the main reason. And despite my big stash, I couldn't find the color in my stash. I had to go and buy. And this pattern is a yarn eater. It uses so much yarn, and I thought, well, it's full of holes, it will be very quick, it's slow, it eats a lot of yarn, and you can't think about anything else, just the pattern. Overall, I'm very happy. Am I sharing the pattern? Nope, for political reasons. So this is also not finished. One day I was into experimenting, and as we all know, granny squares are now must have, and I somehow got influenced by this trend. However, I didn't want to make traditional granny squares, and I was thinking, what is the alternative for that? I took a ball of Sandnes Garn Tin Line and started playing with the yarn. So these are the bubbles, and there should be one more round of this brim here. As you can see, I added too many stitches, so it's a bit folding. I have to make it again and do proper calculation and reduce the extra stitches. And I thought, what if I make these flowers, put them in the square, and it will be my granny square interpretation? Or should I simply, I don't know how yet, join them without putting them in a kind of frame into the square shape, and it will be my granny square. This type of crocheting is called Irish laces, and I love it so much. Is it harder to make than flies? Yes. Will it look good? So this is on the experimental stage. Now let's talk about the yarn that I bought. First, we had some friends visiting us, and we went to the neighboring town, and they have yarn shop. And there I bought this purple on sale sock yarn, and I bought 2 balls of opal. They were also 50% off. I try not to buy yarn that is full price unless I need it. That's what I did for this. But if I see yarn that I know I would use later, I buy it under one condition. It has to be 50% off, or at least 40%. And very often we do have those sales. And then we did a bit of traveling, and I always learn about towns and cities through the prism of orchids and yarn shops, flower shops and yarn shops. Of course, I did visit some flower shops. I bought some plants, wonderful plants. And of course, I found a yarn shop. And there I bought, this is Tweedy. It's Regia Tweed 6-ply. And I can justify myself why I bought this. At that moment, I was knitting these socks in the car, and I wanted to find something, some yarn to match it and to make it more beautiful, to beautify it. When I saw this clean with Tweedy speckles, I thought, oh, it's so beautiful. It can make anything beautiful if you add to something. However, they didn't go together at all. I just put next to the purple ball, and they work from completely different songs. So I bought this, and I caked into 2 balls. And on my way out from the shop, there was yarn, Raumagarn Vandre. I know Inga from Knitting Traditions talk about it and love it. And I could never understand why. It looks like a rope. It feels like a rope. It knits like a rope. What you have to do is wash it in a washing machine so it felts a little bit and it gives wonderful halo. And it's so beautiful. I saw a pair knitted in these colors, stripy, 2 rows of each, and it was washed and felted. The halo is soft and pleasant, and you touch it, and you remember your childhood when your grandma used to knit those half felted, super warm socks. I don't know if I need super warm socks, but I couldn't resist. It's 50 grams, has only 120 meters, and I didn't know if that's enough for a bit longer cuff. So I took 2 balls of this and 2 balls of this, and it's not cheap. It's absolutely not cheap. Before I finish, I want to share with you the discovery of this summer. And it's a crochet hook. I have many crochet hooks because I've been crocheting for years, and I'm going to show you maybe in the next videos what I've crocheted. No, I don't have everything, of course, but I do have some. And I have used many different crochet hooks. And here is the box where I keep them, not all of them, from the thinnest to thicker ones. So it's a lot. Everyone says that these hooks are the best. I don't remember the name. I'm crocheting using this hook, and I've crocheted several garments using this hook, and I thought it's the best, and I was wrong. The best hooks Hamanaka hooks. And I ordered from AliExpress. I paid 10 euros for this one. I tried, and you don't have to crochet, it crochets itself. I haven't had a single, you know, when it gets stuck and you have to move the hook or change the angle of your hand. Nothing. I think you can knit with your toes, not fingers. It would work exactly the same. It's so good. I ordered 2 more, and I hope I can crochet one more sweater when it comes. If you love crocheting and you haven't used Hamanaka hook, give it a try. You may like it as much as I do. I think it was pretty much I have to tell you about my knitting. As you can see, I don't have many finished objects. I want to thank everyone who waited patiently. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you. Дякую всім. Дякую за ваші коментарі. Дякую за вашу поддержку. It means a lot to me. I can't speak Ukrainian. I'm sorry. I know some phrases, though I do understand, well, not everything, but goodbye. Take care, and I hope we see each other very soon.